morning, students. Welcome to online class. This is Sheila, your computer application teacher. Today we shall see chapter 2, an introduction to Adobe PageMaker. See, if you learn this chapter only, you will be capable of doing your practicals as well. Yes. So what is an Adobe PageMaker? Adobe PageMaker is nothing but a page layout software. Yes, it is used for producing a document. Yes, designing a document. It is used for what else? It is used for creating a visiting card. Anything like that, you people can do it using your Adobe PageMaker. Yes. See, what is desktop publishing? We hear and see the term desktop publishing and a lot these days. What it is exactly? Desktop publishing stands for DTP. Yes. So there are few DTP softwares available. You people would have heard of DTP centers and all, right? What do they actually do? This designing works and all they only do, right? So what softwares do they use? Adobe PageMaker, Adobe InDesign, Quark Express. All these are the softwares they use for desktop publishing. Yes. And what is an Adobe PageMaker? I already told you, Adobe PageMaker is nothing but a page layout software. Why do we use it? It is used for designing and producing a document that can be printed. Yes, you can create anything using your Adobe PageMaker. Let it be a business card, visiting card, fine. Even to a large book, you people can create it using Adobe PageMaker. Page layout software includes tools. Yes, your page layout software includes tools that allow you to easily position text and graphics on document page. See, whenever you wanted to, say for example, you are designing a visiting card. How that is visiting card will be of your rectangle size. You will have your company name, your address, yes, phone number, etc. And at the back of the card, you will have your logo, your name, yes, save or the route, how to get into your company. All this will be there in your visiting card, isn't it? So where the logo should be, where the label should be, where your name should be, all this can be easily positioned using your page layout software. For example, using PageMaker, you could create a newsletter that includes articles and pictures on each page. See, using your PageMaker, what can we do? We can even create articles and we can position any pictures that we want in a particular place wherever we want. Yes. You can place the picture anywhere you want, whether it might be on the top or on the bottom or on the left or on the right, wherever you want. Yes. Fine. How do you get into an PageMaker? It is through this Start, All Programs, Adobe PageMaker 7.0, Adobe PageMaker. This is an 2 mark actually. What it is actually? Start, All Programs, Adobe PageMaker 7.0. See, your PageMaker has tools that can easily position your document. Yes, I already told you, isn't it? So how do we open it? We open it with Start, All Programs, Adobe PageMaker, Adobe 7.0. As it gets open, how will it be? It is going to be like this. What and all it is going to be there? Just have a look here. Adobe PageMaker 7.0 and it has your tools. This is termed as what? This is termed as your Adobe tools. Clear? So next, what do you have? You have your file, layouts, anything, everything here, right? This is going to be your menu bar and you have certain designs to imply. Yes. So how do you create a new document? Just get into this file. Yes, here you have a file, right? Into this, just give it as new file, new. As you give, what happens? A new document will be opened. Instead of giving file new, you can also give it as Control N. Yes. Once when you give, what happens? A desktop document will appear. You know how this document is going to be? See, before that you will have a document setup. Let me show you. Yes, a document setup dialog box will appear as you give your file new. Fine. So as you give file new, a document dialog box will appear, and then give the appropriate setup. What sort of page you want. All this will be by default. You have to change your text box, menu bar, your what is it? Your uh, optional buttons, anything and everything, whatever you want, you can change it accordingly. Then you can give it as OK. Here the OK button. Yes, as you give, what happens, those changes will be implied in the document, and this document will be appearing like this. Yes, see how it is. As you give a file new, a double square, a page maker actually occurs. See what and all is there in your page. First you will have your title bar, then you have your menu bar, a ruler which is called as margin, you have a toolbox, you have a toolbar as well, a black border, a pasteboard. Pasteboard, I'll tell you what is a pasteboard. Yes, a place where you can put all the contents which is not actually to be shown in the shown during the time of execution. Anything that you put in the pasteboard will not be shown during the time of execution. Yes, and you have a margin as well. So what are the main components that we need is title bar, menu bar, toolbar, ruler, scroll bars, and text area. Just have a look at this title bar. What do you have in your title bar? The name of the app. Yes, it is the topmost part of the window, and it shows the name of the software and the name of the document at the left. And you have control buttons. What is control buttons? Here, these are the control buttons: maximize, minimize, and close button. Yes, in figure 2.5 we can see the name of the software. In figure 2.5, this is your picture. In this you can see the name of the software. Yes, and at the left you can see the control buttons. Yes, and it is followed by a default name of the document, untitled one. See here, followed by what you have, untitled one is actually followed along with your Adobe PageMaker, isn't it? So as you save the program, what happens? The name will be changed according to the wish of the user. Yes, next you have a menu bar. Menu bar contains file, edit. Yes, file, edit, layout, type, element, utilities, view, windows, and help. Yes, all these are actually termed as menus. When you click, what happens? A pull down menu or drop down menu will appear. From that we can choose whatever you want. Even in that menu you will have a sub menu. Yes, we can just select whatever we want. What is a toolbar? Toolbar is a place. If you place the mouse pointer on the button in the toolbar, a short text will appear as its description called tooltip. Yes, and this is your toolbar. Next you have your toolbox. Toolbox is an important 5 marks actually. See, to move the toolbar, drag the toolbox by its title bar. Select the tool from the default toolbox by clicking on it. Just by clicking on it, what happens? The toolbox will the material from the toolbox. Say for example, I wanted to choose a rectangle, you can get it from the toolbox, or I wanted to choose an ellipse shape, you can get it from the toolbox as well. Yes, what and all is there in your toolbox? See, a pointer tool is there, a text tool, a rotating tool, a cropping tool, line tool, constrain the line tool, rectangle tool, rectangular frame tool, ellipse frame tool, polygon tool, polygon frame tool, hand tool, and zoom tool. Yes, click on the window, menu will appear, and then click on show tools. From where you can get this, get into the windows, then select the tools. See, have a look here in this. In the menu bar you will go, click on the windows, and from there you will give the show toolbar, such that what happens? The toolbar will appear. Yes, and if it doesn't want, what can we do? We can get back to the windows itself, click on the window, and we can hide the tools. Yes, how can you get the tools with the shortcut keys? Just for a pointer tool you can simply press F9. For a rotating tool you can press Shift F2. Line tool you can press Shift F3. For a rectangular tool you can press Shift F4. Ellipse, Shift F5. Polygon, Shift F6. Hand tool, Shift plus Alt plus drag left mouse button. Text tool, Shift plus Alt plus F1. Cropping tool, Shift plus Alt plus F2. Constrained line tool, Shift plus Alt plus F3. Rectangular flame tool, it was Shift plus Alt plus F4. Now let us see the usage of all your toolbox images. Yes, as you click on your pointer tool, what happens? A cursor will appear the same as your toolbox. Then what happens as your pointer tool? Then what happens? Using this you can select, move, resize your text, objects and graphics. What about text tool? It is used for selecting, typing and editing your text. How is the cursor? What is meant by cursor? The small blinking then that actually appears when you select something. Yes, that is termed as cursor. The shape of the cursor actually changes with respect to your tools. Yes, as I choose the rotating tool, what happens? You will get a symbol like this. Yes, why do we use it? For selecting and rotating objects. Why do we use scrub? For trimming the object. Why do we use it? For trimming the object. Next, line tool for drawing lines. Yes, constrained line tool, it is only used for drawing vertical and horizontal lines. What about rectangular tool? It is used for drawing rectangular squares, rectangles and squares. What about frame tool? It is used as a placeholder for text and graphics. The same way, ellipse tool for drawing circles and ellipse, and frame tool is actually like a placeholder for creating text and graphics. What about polygon tool? Drawing polygons. Frame tool for acts as a placeholder for text and graphics. Hand tool, it is used for scrolling the page. What about zoom tool? It is used to magnify and reduce an area of the page. Yes, what is a scroll bar? Scroll bar is a process of moving up and down or left and right through the document window. There are two types of documents. One scroll bars, one is vertical and the other one is horizontal scroll bars. Why do we use it? For scrolling the document either vertically or horizontally. What about rulers? There are two ruler bars. One is on the top and the other one is on the left. What is a ruler? A margin like a scale like representation is termed as ruler. Yes. How do you hide a ruler? By clicking on view and view in the menu bar and clicking on hide rulers. In case if I wanted, I'll get into view show rulers. Yes. How do you enter text in a document? Just by clicking on the text of the document. Yes, by clicking on the text of the document, it can be typed inside the text block. So you can make use of a text tool. Yes. As the characters are typed, the flash vertical bar called insertion point moves to the right. When the text is being typed reaches the end of the text, what happens? PageMaker will automatically wrap the text to the next line. Once when the line is finished, it will automatically move to the next line. The enter key must not be pressed at the end of each line in a text document because it automatically moves. You are not supposed to press the enter key. Yes. When should we press an enter key? It should be pressed only at the end of the paragraph or when a blank line has to be inserted. Only then you have to press what? Your enter key. Next, what do you have? Editing text in a document. So editing means changes to the text. When you edit a document, you revise its text. Editing encompasses many tasks such as inserting, deleting a word and phrases, correcting the errors, moving and copying text at two different places in the document. How do you select the document? Text can be selected using mouse or a keyboard. How can we select a text? Either through mouse or a keyboard. Yes, place the insertion pointer, the cursor to the left of the first character to be selected. Say for example, I have written hello here, right? Hello. If I wanted to select this hello, I have to keep the cursor at the beginning of the line. Then I have to move it to the right. Only then what happens? It will be selected. Press the left mouse button and drag the mouse to the position where you want to stop selecting. Release the mouse button. The selected text gets highlighted. To select a word, you have to double click on I-beam. To select a paragraph, you should triple click on I-beam. I-beam is your cursor. How do you select a text using keyboard? Just place the insertion pointer to the left of the first character as you wish. Then you have to press Shift key. Yes, as you move, what happens? The statement will be selected. This is two ways of selecting your text. To select on the left, Shift plus left arrow. To select on the right, shift plus right arrow. For selecting up, shift plus up arrow. For selecting down, shift plus down arrow. To end of the current to the end of the current line, shift plus end. And if I want to select something to the beginning of the current line, shift plus home. And entire document, it is going to be Control A. How do you delete a text? To delete a character, what happens? Position the pointer to the left of the character, then press the delete key on the keyboard. Just like what you do in Word, that only we are just going to apply here. Yes, how do you delete a block of text? Press delete or backspace on the keyboard, or edit clear command. Yes, undo command. What is undo command? How can you do undo? You can either press as Ctrl Z, or you can use edit undo. Fine. How do you copy and move a text? Copy and paste commands of the PageMaker can be used to copy text from one location in a document and paste it in the another location. The copy command creates a duplicate of a selected text, leaving the original text unchanged. The paste command pastes the copied text where the insertion point is actually placed. For copy is for copying, and paste is for pasting whatever is actually copied. What about cut and paste? Cutting, just remove the content from that place, and paste copies the content, paste the content which is actually being cut. Yes, how do you move a text? Edit, cut and copy. This is how you can move the text. Yes, another way for it is edit, paste and Control V. Control V for what? Pasting. And what about for cutting? It is Control X. How do you copy a text? Edit, copy, which is actually called as Control C. And how do you paste it? It is using Control V. Yes. Let us see text block in your next class.